Today on the Doctor Who Guide, we're going to take a look back at what a Doctor Who DVD collection would have looked like in 2003 for both the UK and the US. So stick around, because all that and more is coming up today on the Doctor Who Guide. The best box set that you can buy for Doctor Who. Hey guys, welcome back to the Doctor Who Guide. If you want to grow your Doctor Who knowledge, collection, and connection with other Doctor Who fans, then definitely consider subscribing for new videos every single Saturday. This is the Doctor Who DVD Archive series, and that was me on the back of a pickup truck, sat in a couch, giving the intro to this video, because what else do you do when you're picking up a couch? And for those of you wondering, I was not on the open road. But anyway, 2003, it is the 40th anniversary year for Doctor Who. As you know, for each year we tally up the DVD releases for the UK and the US to see who will win each round. The score is currently 3 for Luke, who will be telling you about the UK DVDs, and 1 for me, and I'll be telling you about the US DVDs. So Luke, tell us about the first release in the UK.
So the first release of the year was The Seeds of Death. This was released on the 17th of February 2003. First ever 2-disc edition, and it is in this format, where basically it's done so the discs are almost impossible to get out. I shall demonstrate. Very hard. And it doesn't, there you go, want to come out, because it's got that for some reason. It says Doctor Who 40th anniversary. It's also got the very original 2-disc set thing we had in the UK. So yeah, Seeds of Death is an interesting one to have in the collection. Obviously it's got that black and white face, which can't be helped. But it's a really nice story. I really do enjoy it. Ash Warriors, I mean, what more could you possibly want?
In the US, we had to wait for the 4th of March for our first DVD release, and that was Doctor Who Vengeance on Varos Standard Edition. And this was our first 6th Doctor release, so comment down below if you're a Colin Baker fan. This DVD has the same bonus features as, I believe, the UK release. Speaking of which, let's see what the second UK release of 2003 was.
Then on the 28th of April, we got The Talons of Weng-Chiang. Tom Baker story, well loved. The artwork as well, it's slowly improving. This one's a little bit more basic. Talons is a much loved fan story, and one I think if you haven't seen should get. The DVD itself's got quite a lot of extra features on, to the point where the special edition actually gets 3 discs because there's so much on this one. It's even worth picking up today, this original edition, if you just want a copy of the story and not to worry about remastering.
Alright, next up we have the Aztecs Standard Edition, which is another William Hartnell DVD to add to the collection. Both of these DVDs would later go on to have special edition releases. Vengeance on Varos would get one in 2012, and the Aztecs would get another in 2013. The Aztecs does have a bonus feature that is not available in regions 2 and 4, and that's the Who's Who featurette, which is basically a menu with bios about the different main characters and cast members that you see. Not that much to be missed out on if you don't have it. Let's see what the 3rd release in the UK would be.
Then on the 9th of June, we got The Dalek Invasion of Earth. It's the 3rd release of the year. Not sure why they picked this one myself, but it's a really nice story. I really enjoy it. I really do like it.
3rd release for the US in 2003 is Doctor Who Carnival of Monsters. It's the 3rd Doctor story and has all of the same special features as you guys do in the UK.
On the 18th of August, we got Earthshock, and that's the first 1-disc set that we got in the year. This is the later one, as you can see, because it's got, as explained in the 2001 video, this kind of style case. It's probably my favourite 80s Simon story, and I'm sure I'm not alone with that fact. It's got some nice special features on. It's got one of the first sort of making of documentaries, and it's, for its time, it's quite good. Good putting the shock into Earthshock.
That is awesome. So the 4th release in the US is Doctor Who Resurrection of the Daleks. We get another 5th Doctor story. This was released on the 2nd of July. Both of these stories' special editions would be released in 2012. Let's check out what the 5th release in the UK was.
Then on the 8th of September, we got The Two Doctors. Now, I like this story a lot. As the story goes, it's really good. It's got some talent, and it's got Patrick Troughton in it. I mean, what more could you want? It's a really nice one to have in the collection, and it's one I've had for a long time. Seriously, I've had this DVD for a long time.
The 5th release for the US is none other than Doctor Who The Talons of Weng-Chiang, the much-loved Tom Baker story. Now, this story has all of the bonus features that you know and love in Regions 2 and 4, except that it also has recorded narration by actor Howard Da Silva in the 1970s to basically introduce the Doctor Who episodes to American audiences. I'm guessing they were sort of like a recap or an introduction to the show in general. Now, this was released on the 7th of October, and what's cool about that is that we actually got it in the same year as the UK releases, so that's pretty cool. Speaking of which, let's see what the 6th release for the UK is.
Then on the 6th of October we got The Curse of Fenrir. Rather than a new DVD to me when I got it, and I think for 2003 release, it's really good. It's not been re-released since, and I think this is probably one of my first cover arts, which I think is beautiful, along with the Resurrection cover art. 2005-6 is when we sort of get into the more interesting cover art. But yeah, this is a really nice one. I believe I've done by Mr. Yes, Clayton Hickman.
Now, the 6th release for the US is the amazing Doctor Who: The Dalek Invasion of Earth. I'm just glad to have such an awesome first Doctor story in the collection. This story does have a bunch of awesome bonus features, including CGI effects, which I would love to check out. The CGI effect is basically where they go back and put in, overlay, like better effects than there were in the original releases in the original episodes. So that's pretty cool. This does, of course, introduce the half sunburned Hartnell, which is just a classic. Really does not stand out on the shelf at all whatsoever. I'm not sore about it. Just to note, the Talons of Weng-Chiang would get a special edition release in 2011. Now bear in mind, if there are no more UK releases, then Luke and I will tie at 6. If Luke gets just one more release, I will lose the round, he will gain the point, and I'm just going to have a lot more catching up to do. So let's see if Luke has any more releases.
Three Doctors was released on the 24th of November, straight for the anniversary big moment. So you can see the artwork on there is artwork. But then here we've got a nice picture of Omega instead on that piece of artwork, which is nice, different to the artwork. It's brilliant, it's Pertwee, it's Hartnell, and it's Troughton. What more could you want? Brilliant idea to release for the 40th anniversary, as it was the 30th anniversary of this story.
Well done, Luke. You have won once again. The score is now 4-1, which I will come back from this, okay? This is a classic example of the tortoise and the hare. Let's check out if there were any problems with the UK releases. Generally, if there were, they got fixed for the US, so I suppose that's an advantage to getting DVDs months to a year later. Shut up!
So the problems, big news for this year, basically the plan was, you might be able to figure this out, there was a release from every Doctor. It was going to start with 3 Doctors, but that was postponed for the anniversary. Now, all of them have a clip show, 40th anniversary thing with a Doctor Who theme by Orbital in the background, which I used to quite like as a kid. I'd watch it progressively over the years, and then all of a sudden I'd be like, I know that story, I've seen that one, you know, it'd be really cool, be really interested like that. No, I know this is region 1 and 2, but in region 4, Australia, as a lot of their releases, in fact all of them I think, other than The Curse of Fenrir, it had a slipcase on, which had it was like light grey roundels, and then it had this in the middle, and then it had at the bottom in that sort of that style text, the name of the story, and that was released from all of them. And you know, interesting enough, but the Australian ones, they really don't match up. Head there, one up there, then one down there. You know, it's like that, and I'd be like, you know what? I'd rather have my collection than some slipcases that I'll probably even put into storage because they don't fit in.
Alright, so this is what our Doctor Who DVD collection would have looked like in 2003. It's actually starting to fill out. We have 19 releases, 19 DVDs on the shelf. It's starting to look like a collection. Obviously, we're seeing a huge chunk of Tom Baker's, but otherwise it looks like a pretty even spread. So this is what the collection looks like in release order. Let's see what it looks like in story order. We have 2 releases for the first Doctor, 1 for the second, 2 for the third, 9 for the fourth Doctor, 3 for the fifth, 1 for the sixth, and 1 for the seventh. Let's see what the UK collection would have looked like.
So this is what the collection would look like if it was in chronological order. But I think it's interesting to see, basically, the spines is what you can really look at the different size. So we've gone from having big, bulky things to having, you know, some standard bulky things, and now we've got nothing, and I quite like it when it doesn't have the To Entertain logo myself. And also, I do like when the artwork does wrap around me. You can see a bit of the Aztecs here. You can see a bit of the Cybermen, which I really love. I think that looks really cool. So now they're in chronological order, we can see more patterns. Every Doctor, other than McGann, which is obviously impossible to, has 2 releases now. Faces wise, as you can see, we have this. I don't know why they made it black and white. I've tried to look online, doesn't seem to be any information why. The only other thing I can think of is the person who was designing this cover assumed that because it was a Troughton one, that the picture would be in black and white, and the BBC did not check this and released it, and then it was too late. Why? It's annoying. Get special edition, burn it. Carnival and the 3 Doctors are the wrong way round. There you go, that would have been your collection in 2003.
Thank you so much to Luke Reviews for joining me. If you like what you see of him, then definitely check out his channel and subscribe.
If you enjoyed that video, then definitely subscribe for more content just like it. If you want to grow your Doctor Who knowledge collection and connection with other Doctor Who fans, then definitely subscribe for new videos every single Saturday. I'll see you later.